Welcome, wrestling fans, right here to the one and only NWA Power here live on the Nation Network tonight. The television championship is on the line.
Your eyes, they beckon me. Your lips, they speak lies and misery. I know it's wrong, but I can't turn away. The flames drawn near, they're telling me to stay. Into the fire.
All right, wrestling fans, we are ready to kick things off with a very special invitational battle royal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 248 pounds, Q West Ian Mark.
All right, we are getting ready for this one. The Battle Royal is going to kick off, and that is going to be the winner of this is going to challenge the television champion, Aaron Stevens, later tonight. He says he stacked the deck by putting his sensei, the question mark, into this Battle Royal to even up the odds.
Yeah, well, the idea is that he's going to go out there and he is going to absolutely rain havoc on everyone else in the Battle Royal. So whoever may advance towards the end will not be nearly at 100%.
Well, that all sounds wonderful, but what happens if the question mark wins?
His opponent, first, from Chicago, weighing in at 233 pounds,
Boom Boom Colt Cabana makes his way down to the ring with the opportunity to go after some gold here in the NWA later tonight. We are just a day away from Back to the Attack, the super card of NWA Wrestling right here on the Nation Network. You won't want to miss this. And fans, we've got some video we've got to show you at the next break, and it is big, and it will affect the wrestling world as we know it.
And from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 172 pounds, he is Mr. Money in the Bank, E.J. Sparks.
Well, now you see E.J. Sparks. the man with the golden opportunity. Right now, he's got a double opportunity. If he wins this one, he can have the television title. But as long as he's got that briefcase, he's got an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Champion.
A lot of potential right there in this young man, E.J. Sparks. And indeed, he did pull down that briefcase. He's got the golden opportunity in his possession. And if you're Nick Aldis, you're always looking over your shoulder, but you might want to look extra hard at this man.
And from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 220 pounds, Junior Cross.
As we take a look at newcomer here to the NWA, J.R. Kratos. He is the real deal. He is tough as steel, and he will let you know about it.
J.R. Kratos, he is absolutely a man's man. He's going to be stepping into a battle royal where, in my opinion, I would not be the least bit surprised to see him come out victorious.
We want to thank all of you for joining us here on the Nation Network for this special broadcast of NWA Power. We also want to invite you to stick around after the broadcast for a very special ringside rhetoric coming up immediately at the conclusion of our main event.
Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 178 pounds, Matt Cross.
Well, Matt Cross has had a lot of success here in the NWA, but he hasn't had any gold. That might be coming to an end here tonight, however.
No doubt about it, Matt Cross would love the opportunity. He's come very close on a couple of occasions to becoming the golden opportunity winner himself, but he hasn't managed to pull that one down either. But here's a big chance, because if he does win that television title, that'll automatically catapult him up in the rankings for the world title, not to mention the national championship.
That's right, we're going to hear from the national champion later tonight.
Mr. Anderson indeed is here in the building as we get the NWA fired back up here on the Nation Network. Once again, thank you to everyone joining us here live. All right, bell sounds and action's underway, and look at this. Matt Cross going straight after the question mark, and now attacking the arm. Meantime, Kratos and Boom Boom Colt Cabana.
And the smallest man in the ring right now may indeed be CJ Sparks, who stays off to himself. Why not? Why would you want to take a chance being in the wrong place at the wrong time?
And now there's a look at this. Boom Boom Colt Cabana's in trouble. He might be getting eliminated.
Well, he came very close to being the first man out.
Matt Cross was the second closest man to being eliminated. Look at his nice move right there, Matt Cross. Oh, and wait a minute, Boom Boom is gone. Shot to the inner thigh. As I mentioned earlier, it is the job of the question mark here to soften up the competition.
Yeah, but as we mentioned earlier, what happens if somehow the question mark wins? I believe he's going to just step aside and allow Aaron Stevens to maintain his television championship.
And now look at this, CJ Sparks out to the apron. And fights his way back in as the question mark came close. He's got CJ Sparks up in the air, and there's a backbreaker.
Stretching him out across that back, well done right there. CJ Sparks, he's a rookie still. He's young in his career. He still hasn't filled out all the way, and he has got problems on the horizon going against somebody as well-versed as the question mark.
And now Kratos decides to take on the Sensei.
Well, he's going up against the master of Mongrovian karate. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Big boot to the face, and that finds its mark. Oh, belly to back suplex, nicely executed, and the question mark is down. Kratos, what's he got in mind? Oh, he got caught!
He went for the spear. He ended up being DDT'd.
Things not going well right now for JR. There's a drop kick, and Kratos has been eliminated by the question mark.
In the meantime, right now, look at this. Sparks and Cross going at it. And the question mark doing the smart thing, perhaps, as he sits back. He's going to let these two men fight it out. He's going to regain his stamina. Smart mover right there. Battle Royal, there are no friends.
Both feet hit the floor, you're eliminated. It's as simple as that. They don't ask you how you won, they ask you if you won. And now CJ Sparks is working on Matt Cross in the corner. Big elbow finding its mark. Oh, wait a minute, he's got Matt Cross.
CJ Sparks like he's firing up a little bit now.
Big boot right to the face, and now Sparks in trouble. Belly to back suplex, perhaps. Atomic knee drop.
Oh, and he picks him right back up, and another one.
Third time's a charm. They tie up, and down he goes. And now look at this. Turns his attention to CJ Sparks.
Well, it's a battle royal. You have to have your head on a swivel. You have to know where all your opponents are at all points in time, because the moment you turn your back from one, that's when it happens.
That chop right to the midsection, nicely done. Question mark has him up, drives him down with authority. And now CJ Sparks trying his luck.
Sparks in trouble, and down he goes after that big suplex.
Indeed, question mark lined up on the ropes. And now there's a back elbow, finds its move. He missed. Went for that devastating chop and came up short.
And now, meantime, CJ Sparks once again locking up with Cross.
Question mark, and look at this. He and CJ Sparks exchanging blows. Nice move right there by Matt Cross underneath, planting him head first. Turns the tide around. Oh, the boot finds its mark. Matt Cross. Has got him in trouble, and now the question mark, he may be getting out of here.
He better find a way to fight his way back, otherwise it'll be too late.
Nice move right there. To the head and the eyes, perhaps, and a tackle takes him out.
Oh, he's in trouble now. Matt Cross better watch out.
Pile driver. He ducks it out, and CJ just got eliminated. Oh, that loaded headbutt just stunned him. Here's a clothesline. Hell, wait a minute.
The question mark has won the match.
The question mark is going to be, he's going to face Aaron Stevens for the television championship tonight.
Well, really, won't he? Unbelievable.
Here is your winner, Q West Ian Mark.
The student against the teacher for the television title here tonight in our main event. Stay with us. Oh, my goodness. All right, fans, we get ready for our next match, but first we have to bring you some disturbing video. This is an event that took place about a week ago. It was the Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor, and this is what took place. We take a look at the masked man who comes down to the ringside area. Throws in the chair to Jeff Cobb, a member of the so-called colony that we've heard so much about. The man comes in, attacks Chris Hero. This was a lights-out match, and then removes the mask to show Jake the Snake Roberts. He is the leader of this colony that we've even heard about here in the NWA.
Well, no doubt about it, as we see what happened right there at the finish. Jeff Cobb was taken out. I beg your pardon, Chris Hero was taken out by Jeff Cobb. This colony could be for real.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We've already seen the rumbling here in the NWA with the Dawsons making a statement a couple of weeks ago. We now know that the voice of experience is indeed Jake the Snake Roberts, and we are about to see
Here is your
one of the
winner,
members of the
Jeff
so-called colony here in the NWA, Dave Dawson, in action in just a moment.
Well, we're going to find out what this colony's all about.
Making his way to the ring from New Orleans, Louisiana, weighing in at 200 pounds, Ricky Starr.
Ricky Starks makes his way down the ring, down the aisle to the ring. He's going to be going up against one half of the Dawsons, Dave Dawson. They are normally tag team specialists, but tonight decided to go a one-on-one.
Well, Ricky originally had a tag team partner in mind, but due to the current condition, unable to make it here.
Fans, once again, big plans for tomorrow here in the NWA. Back to the Attack right here on the Nation Network.
The big man makes his way down.
From North Carolina, weighing in at 281 pounds, Dave Don Sam.
And we remind everybody, stick around after our main event. Ringside Rhetoric returns here on the Nation Network. Dave Dawson in the ring, one half of the Dawsons. Representing this colony that we know is led by Jake Roberts. Bell sounds, and here we go. Ricky Starks giving up a lot in size, strength, and weight.
Yeah, he is, but he's got that youth, determination, and he's got speed on his side.
He's going to need to outmaneuver the big man, no doubt about it, because if he tries to get into a one-on-one with him, which right now he's actually coming away with, but there it goes.
Yeah, you don't want to match power with the man. There's no way to do it.
Ricky Starks now on the receiving end, and there's a nice move as Dave Dawson pulls him all the way out. Wait a minute, now what is happening here?
Oh, here we go.
Zane Dawson hits the ring. What the hell? What was that?
I have no idea what just happened.
Referee's calling for the bell. Zane just attacked Dave Dawson. I have no idea. Referee calling for help in the back. We've lost control of this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Dave Dawson is in all kinds of trouble, but he gets the win. Wait a minute, maybe that was the whole idea from the get-go.
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't it?
Fans, we're going to be back in just a moment. I don't believe this. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Roberts is in the ring.
I don't want anybody out there to start getting the wrong impression. What you just saw was not what you think you saw. See, when it comes to this game, I am more than a voice of experience. I am the master manipulator. I am the man with the plan. And what just happened was Zane Dawson got us an easy win. The colony is too big for one promotion. So I am colonizing the wrestling world. I have lied idle far too long, and now I have risen. From the ashes I am back, and I am bringing with me an army. That army is going to take shape in every wrestling promotion around this entire country. So I don't care if it's ROH, MLW, NWA, it really doesn't matter. Because the colony's everywhere. You will either join the colony or you will fall. And back to the attack. The NWA colony is going to take shape. And I will unleash hell on everyone in that locker room. Trust me.
Trust me.
Jake the Snake Roberts promising to show us something at the pay-per-view. All right, fans, we are back, and now it is time to feature the women's division here in the NWA as we take a look at Marty Bell.
Making her way to the ring from New York, New York, Marty Bell.
Well, Marty Bell was a member of that triad, along with Melina and the person she's going to be facing off against right here tonight.
Indeed, Thunder Rosa, former partner with Marty Bell. That triad had a lot of problems amongst the three ladies. It didn't hold up very well over time. They have all gone their separate ways, and right now, this is a very important matchup.
And her opponent from California, Thunder Rose.
Well, you're 100% right about that. This is a very important matchup because the winner will face the world champion. And back to the attack.
I would dare say we are looking at the favorite right here, but you never know, as we've seen some pretty wild things happen lately here in the NWA. And bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. Thunder Rosa wasting no time at all, right to the neck breaker.
Now, Thunder Rosa, she is a complete athlete. She is a trained fighter. A ton of potential and skills with this lady. MMA star in her own right. She's been inside of the steel cage of the octagon.
Well, much to your point, you're right. She is a complete fighter. She can do anything from the high risk right down to breaking an arm and separating it from the shoulder anytime she wants to. She may not be the biggest one, but I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't want to be her opponent, especially when something's on the line like the #1 contender spot for the women's championship.
Not only that, but remember, she's the former women's champion, and if you think she doesn't want to get that title back, you are sorely mistaken.
Nice move right there by Thunder Rosa. Crucifix takes Marty Bell down. Irish whip now sends her into the turnbuckle. Tornado DDT right in the middle of the ring.
And Marty Bell, right now, she's here holding her head. She's in trouble. That one definitely hurt.
Brings that arm up and now goes after the shoulder of Thunder Rosa. Nice move right there by Marty Bell. As she hangs her across that top rope.
When we talk about the fact that they were part of the same faction at a period of time, you wonder how many of their secrets they've shared with one another.
There's a pedigree. And this could be a huge upset right here. Marty Bell hooks the leg, referee's down. That's two, and Thunder Rosa just barely got that shoulder off the canvas in time to beat the count.
Well, I don't know, but I think Thunder Rosa might be a little surprised right now that she is on the receiving end of so much punishment here.
I think almost everybody would have favored her in this one, but right now things not turning out well for her. Here's that big kick right there, gets her off. And now perhaps Thunder Rosa ready to take back control of this one.
I think it's safe to say that Marty Bell is hit with her best. Thunder Rosa has survived it and is coming back strong.
Oh, here we go. This is what we talked about earlier. Look at her. She is going to contort her into positions that the human anatomy was not meant to be. Oh, and she loves this one. There it is, the gory bomb. Right in the center of the ring. That might be the end of the match. Hooks the leg. Will that be enough? Oh, she just barely got that shoulder up.
Well, give credit what credit is due. Thunder Rosa did everything right there. She hooked the leg, she pulled back. Marty Bell had just enough left, and now that might be it right there. It is.
That inverted body vice, dragon sleeper. Referee is asking if Marty's had enough, and I can't imagine her surviving this one, but she does.
Give credit where credit is due. That is one of the most brutal holds that you'll ever find yourself in, and she survived it somehow.
Smart move right there by Marty Bell to slow things down a little bit, give herself an opportunity to get some air back in her body.
Not only that, but it allows her to clear her head a little bit, because that move, that dragon sleeper like that, it cuts off not just the oxygen flow, but the blood flow.
I'd say no matter what, Marty Bell's made a tremendous showing for herself. As she has Thunder Rosa up and in trouble. What is she going to do with her here? Oh, dropped her across that top rope again. Throat first. Thunder Rosa stunned, but she manages to get out.
Nice move right there. Marty Bell really doing great. We haven't seen her in a little while here in the NWA, but it looks like she's been really holding her craft.
No doubt about it. I would have to say this is a career night right now for Marty Bell, no matter how it ends. Back kick right to the face, and Marty Bell is down once again. Thunder Rosa. I think at this point she is... Oh, here it comes. The gory bomb once again. That's got to be it.
She delivered that with a tremendous impact.
And it is over. Thunder Rosa puts her away with a gory bomb. But I'll tell you what, Marty Bell, nothing to be ashamed about.
No, she fought her heart out. I don't think many people would have given her very big odds at all winning this match, yet she came very close as we take a look right there.
She hit with that version of the pedigree, hooked the leg. Referee's hand was on its way down for 3. And again, that gory bomb. A lethal weapon, especially in the hands of Thunder Rosa.
here is your winner, Thunder Rose.
Oh, wait a minute. Melina's here, the champion showing up. Melina just went after Thunder Rosa, but that backfires on her.
Well, we might not have to wait for Back to the Attack.
Going after the arm of the champion, and now what is she going to do? She tries to separate the shoulder, softening her up for the pay-per-view. This is bad news, but Melina brought it on herself.
Well, she did. She came out here, no reason to try and attack her from behind, other than perhaps to make a statement. Maybe it was her goal to soften her up.
Whatever her plan was, it has definitely backfired, and right now Thunder Rosa is in control of the women's champion, even after just completing a match. Oh, look at this! She's made her tap out! If that happens in 24 hours, we're going to have a new women's champion.
Melina is in a world of trouble right now.
Referee is at ringside trying to gain some sort of control. Fans will be back with more in just a moment. All right, fans, we are back, and here is the NWA National Champion, Mr. Anderson.
Ken Anderson indeed is not just the national champion, but he's the #1 contender for the world title.
I've got something I want to say right now, and all of you people need to shut up and listen. See, the fact of the matter is this. I am the national champion, and I am supposed to have some sort of an opponent for Back to the Attack. Yet nobody in that locker room wants to step up, because they know if they do, it'll be the last mistake they make. Since becoming the national champion, I have gone through everyone. I've gone through this roster, I've gone through that locker room, and there's one thing that hasn't happened yet. I still haven't had my title shot at the world champion. What's the matter, Nick? Are you afraid? Are you afraid of what Mr. Anderson's capable of doing to you? Well, I know it. You know it. And all these people out here know it. I am the best wrestler in that locker room, and if I can get in the ring with you and you put that title up, I'll prove that I'm...
Well, he might be getting his wish right here tonight.
Sometimes it's not such a good idea to poke the sleeping bear.
That's the world champion, Nick Aldis, stepping into the ring, and now it's going to get interesting.
All right, champ. From one champion to another, granted, you are a lesser champion. What makes you think I'm afraid of you? I have taken on all comers, I've ducked nobody, and I'm certainly not afraid of you. So if you want to do something, I'm standing here.
Well, it took you an awful long time to be standing here, pal. And yeah, I want to do something. I want to challenge you to what I am rightfully due, and that is a title shot. Everyone knows the national champion is the #1 contender. Everyone but you.
Well, you don't have to tell me about the history or the lineage. You don't have to convince me that you're one of the top in the sport, because nobody in the NWA walks around with any gold unless they're amongst the very best in the business. So I'm going to give you your credit. You are a worthy opponent. And if back to the attack, I'll give you a shot.
Well, that's what I've been waiting to hear. Now, I want you to wrap your mind around this. You may walk in with 10 pounds of gold, but you're gonna walk out half the man you were. And you're gonna be the former NWA World Champion.
Well, let me tell you something, Sunshine, and this may not come as a terrible surprise to you, but you're not the first to make such claims. You're not the first to tell me what they're gonna do and how they're gonna walk away with my gold. I'm the world champion for a simple reason. I am the best. Nobody beats me, and that means you too.
Back to the attack. I'm not just gonna beat you, I'm gonna break you.
Is that right? Well, I welcome the opportunity. I look forward to stepping through these ropes with you with the title on the line. And I am really tempted to make this a little bit more interesting. I just don't think you're worth it.
You don't think I'm worth it? I'm gonna make an example of you, pal. I'm gonna make an example of you that the entire wrestling world is gonna take notice of. Mr. Anderson, the rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated, and I'm gonna use you to prove it.
I'll tell you this much right now. I appreciate your spark. You've got what they refer to as moxie. But what you don't have is the talent and ability to become the World Heavyweight Champion. No, sir. I'm not just a world champion. I'm the national treasure. And don't you forget it.
Title match set for Back to the Attack.
following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the National Wrestling Alliance World Television Championship.
Okay, fans, earlier tonight we had a battle royal. The question mark was in that battle royal to soften up the competition, but he ended up winning the whole thing and now goes head to head with his student.
Well, the old adage is that the teacher's always the better of the student. He is the master of Mongolian karate. And while Aaron Stevens remains a 4th degree black belt in Mongolian karate, the fastest ever learner to make it to a 4th degree level, he is still not the master.
I mean, in my mind, I have to wonder what exactly is going to happen. Are these two guys actually going to fight each other?
I'm not entirely sure what is going through the mind of either the champion or the challenger right now. But the way things have gone tonight, I put nothing past either one of these men.
And here he is, the NWA World Television Champion, Aaron Stevens.
Aaron Stevens confidently walking down that aisle as if he maybe knows something.
I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, is it possible that the question mark is just going to basically take a dive? I mean, could it happen?
Well, it's possible. I mean, how much is he willing to help Aaron Stevens remain the NWA Television Champion is about to be found out, I suppose.
All right, fans, we are ready.
Introducing the challenger from parts unknown, weighing in at 248 pounds, Q West Ian Marr.
There's your challenger.
Introducing the champion from Worcester, Massachusetts, weighing in at 247 pounds, he is the National Wrestling Alliance World Television Champion, Arn Stevens.
Aaron Stevens, he has held that title for almost a full year now.
He's taking a long look at that belt. Something's just not quite right here. I'm going to be very interested to see what happens once that bell rings.
All right, well, you won't have to wait any more television time remaining. TV time limit as the question mark goes from behind. Nicely done. Waistlock takes him down and goes to a side headlock.
Cinching up on it indeed as Aaron Stevens tries. And look at this, the question mark.
Clothesline and all the way out to the floor goes Aaron Stevens. The question mark is here to fight. He wants the title.
Well, it's going to be student versus teacher for sure. Now, it's just turned personal. Aaron Stevens looks a little surprised, like, what are you doing?
Aaron Stevens cannot believe that his sensei has just turned on him.
Well, he's not turned on him. He's got an opportunity to become the television champion. You can't blame him for taking advantage of it.
Nice elbow right there, finding its mark on the question mark. Snapmare now, nicely done. Aaron Stevens with that head scissor elbow, point of the elbow right into the top of the head of the question mark. And once again, TV time limit. is in effect for the TV title. That's just the way it is.
Just over 8 minutes left. Aaron Stevens going to have to find a way to either get the win or just survive would be enough. It's got to be a pinfall or submission in order for the question mark to take the title.
Nice move right there by the question mark, kicking out the knee of Aaron Stevens. And now that Irish whip shoots him to the ropes. Back body drop high in the air. As we remind you at the end of this match, stay with us right here for a very special edition of Ringside Rhetoric on the Nation Network. As the question mark continues to stomp into the kidney area. Oh, and he just threw him across the ring.
Once again, there was a look of utter dismay on the television champion's face.
One count and he kicks out the back. Aaron Stevens now is going to have to figure out something and do it quickly because he's in a lot of trouble. Question mark trying to lift him up. That doesn't happen. And now small package. He's got the shoulders down. Will that be it?
Question mark able to kick out, and that's a lucky break for him.
Just over 7 minutes remaining in regulation, and once that time limit runs out, if nobody has scored a pinfall or a submission, it'll be all over. It'll be a draw. Aaron Stevens will retain the television championship. Russian leg sweep finds its mark. And now from that middle rope, Aaron Stevens has got something in mind. Oh, he just drove the elbows right into the head of the question mark, and now he's telling him, get up.
Well, Aaron Stevens is taking this a bit personal, in my opinion. I think he expected his sensei perhaps just to kind of give up. Let him have the win, but that's not the way it works. This is the NWA. We wrestle, and right now the television title's on the line.
This is our main event, ladies and gentlemen, and what a night of wrestling we've had here on NWA Power. Stands him up in the corner. What's he got in mind here? Aaron Stevens sends him to the middle. Oh my goodness, what a move! Hooks the leg, will that be enough? Oh wait, he picked him up!
Oh, and he scolds his teacher.
The student about to take the teacher to school. Aaron Stevens has him up and plants him down.
Well, I thought he might have gone for that karate chop.
Aaron Stevens really starting to come alive in this one, and he went for the referee. It looks like he might be trying to get himself disqualified. Nice move right there, and the question mark. Oh, he's teeing things up. Aaron Stevens better figure out something here because the question mark, again, he is the teacher.
Well, he's a sensei, which is the highest rank that you can achieve when you're a Mongrovian karate expert.
Goes for the cover, hooks the leg, gets one. He gets almost two, and Aaron Stevens again able to kick out. The champion right now is going to have to start figuring out what he's going to do to get himself through the next 5 minutes if he wants to retain the television title. Question mark has him up, pile driver, and that might be it. We might be looking at a new champion right here.
Indeed, it could be all over.
Aaron Stevens just got thrown across the ring from that suplex position. Here's the Irish whip to the ropes. He goes back out front. Drop kick on the money.
And now the question mark starting to really feel it.
Aaron Stevens doesn't know where he is right now. Oh, there it is! The Mongrovian chop. He hooks the leg. 1, 2. We've got a new television champion, and it is the question mark.
I can't believe what we just saw. We've got a brand new champion here in the NWA.
Look at the highlights from this one. The question mark putting away his #1 student.
Well, it was close, I'll tell you right now. It was back and forth. Aaron Stevens had many opportunities to win the match.
One mistake. That's all it took. One mistake.
Well, you're going up against a sensei in Mongrovian karate.
Here is your winner and new National Wrestling Alliance World Television Champion, Q West Ian Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a new television champion, and that is the question mark. Join us here on the Nation Network in 24 hours for what promises to be one great night of professional wrestling. Back to the attack here on the Nation Network. Stay around. We have got Ringside Rhetoric coming up in just a moment. Don't go away. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since we've done some Ringside Rhetoric, so thank you guys. We'll get a quick look here. We've had a busy chat board, which is always fun. Makes it more exciting, more entertaining for me as well. Prime Time, thank you, buddy, for being here. Judas El Terrible, Channel Alpha, great name. Corey Andrews in the house. Thomas Williams in the house. Thank you, thank you. Floss Jones. Did I mention Thomas? Yes, I did mention you, Thomas. Who else we got here? Who else? Who else? Matthew Soper. Ghost the Gamer, thank you guys. Prime Time in the house. Judas El Terrible. Tom Hood showing up. What's the word, man? Corey Andrews, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you guys being here, dude, very much. So, yeah, NWA action right there. Really sad to see what I was never a big fan of Josephus. I didn't like the name. I didn't like much of any of it. But it's amazing. All he did was put on a mask, say a few simple words, karate. And next thing you know, he's over like Rover. And how'd you not like him? It's amazing how a simple thing sometimes can save a career. Even Aaron Stevens, and I'm so sad that he's getting away from the character that he built there, because he was doing his last couple of interviews before COVID were like, I was like, whoa, where'd that come from? Because all of a sudden he had a personality that you hadn't seen before. He had some like the John Lennon type sunglasses on, still had the karate gi, but he was just like delivering it in a much looser way instead of that stuffy actor routine, which kind of got old for me a long time ago. And he started making some weird noise and stuff. It's like he'd get done with his little promo and he'd go, ah, and he'd walk off. But looks like he's getting away from that, and I think that's a mistake because he was kind of fun for the first time, for me anyway. But we'll see how that all turns out, right? Who are the tag team champions? Well, I still currently have Wild Card as the tag team champions, and they will be defending those titles at Back to the Attack, or is it Back on the Attack? Whatever it is. They'll be defending those tag team titles. Against whom, you have to tune in and find out, you know. It's going to be a full show, man. It's going to be a card. So a couple things I wanted to bring up, and I've posted some polls on our community section here, and you guys have kind of shared your thoughts and opinions. I've got to tell you, I am absolutely shocked. One of the first ones I put up was, are you going to spend $4.99 a month to get NWA Power, which is now exclusively on Fight Channel? And it was like 80% said no. And then I asked how many of you are going to subscribe to the Peacock WWE channel. That's also about 80% saying, oh, hell no. Now, that part I can understand. I haven't been keeping up with it. I kind of got rid of the WWE when they went over to, what the hell? Israel there. Not Israel, but what the hell they go to? That third world country that kills reporters. Can't think of which one now, but anyway. I just kind of wrote it off at that point based on what that country was doing and the fact that they were still going there, and I was like, nah, never mind. But, yeah, what's going on? It's like I heard that they removed the Roddy Piper match from WrestleMania 6 where he painted himself half white, half black, or well, half black, really. He was already white. Enough. I mean, all this deleting and rewriting history crap, and it is what it is, okay? If you want to put disclaimers up there saying, hey, at this point in time, things were said and done that were a little more socially acceptable than they are now, that's fine. Put your disclaimer up. But Saudi Arabia, thank you. It was never going to come to me, man. I didn't have enough sleep last night to be thinking that way. So Peacock is cutting a bunch of content out. What content? Because I hadn't heard, other than the Piper match. That's all I know about. And I do agree. I think the NWA should have stuck with the YouTube deal. I know they're making a little bit of money, but I mean, if this poll is anything, which I don't know how many people that it really speaks for, but 80%, it wasn't like only 5 people voted, you know? I mean, and if you haven't had a chance to vote yet, just go to the community tab on my channel and you'll see the 2 polls up there and just click a yes or a no, just so I'm trying to get a feel for the vibe going on right now. And I am really surprised that they went that way. So I'm paying the $5. I love the NWA. And I feel it's important to support them because they really are the closest thing to real wrestling we're ever going to get again. I still can't really watch the AEW product too much. The only thing I liked watching was Anna Jay, and now she's out injured already. So there goes that one. What else? Yeah, so the WWE, I keep hearing that they're cutting this and they're cutting, but I don't know what they're supposed to be getting rid of. NXT has always been the best WWE brand for as long as I can remember now. They've been the best. Oh, the Val Venus stuff got cut? Oh, my God. I mean, Jesus. There were a lot of things, and I heard they cut Katie Vick, and I'm actually okay with that. That was when I stopped watching the WWE for about a year. I thought that was just, even though you knew it was obviously a mannequin or something stupid like that, it didn't matter to me. I thought they had just crossed the line. They'd been trying to cross lines, bringing people all that time, and I heard they're also getting rid of the Vince McMahon, Trish Stratus stuff, where he makes her bark like a dog, and enough, man. It's like when they cut out they took away the Dukes of Hazzard because there's a rebel flag on top of the car. It's like, do you ever actually watch the show, you idiots? the message of the characters, the message of the storylines. I mean, they have a flag painted on top of a car. Big deal. All these hurt egos. My feelings are being hurt. I need you to take that off the air. Oh, I did see a clip on YouTube, and I thought it was somebody predicting what was going to be cut. So if the DX thing, making fun of the nation in blackface, which they probably did, if they took Piper out, I'm sure they took that out too. Well, at this point in time, why bother having it? If you're going to delete everything from 1990 back, which you almost would have to in that case. I mean, all right, we're going to take out all the Jay Strongbow matches too, because he had an Indian headdress and kind of stomped around the ring and all that stuff. I was watching some old Saturday morning local interviews or promos from like probably early 80s or so, when Valentine was the Intercontinental Champion going up against Junkyard Dog. And it was titled Racist Greg Valentine or something like that. It's on YouTube. You can find it easy enough, where he refers to the Junkyard Dog as a dirty black man and all this stuff. And back then, it's like, that was just a way of, you know, making him a bad guy. I mean, that was the whole idea, is that that's bad. Peacock is the right to censor. Yes, you're right. I wonder if they'll leave them in too, or maybe they'll make them the poster child. Trevor Murdoch, I thought he has defended the title. I remember seeing him, where did I see him defend it? On Shockwave, I think. Yeah, I tell you what, there was a day not long ago that I really thought about selling my DVD collection, because I'm like, when do I ever actually sit down and watch them anymore, which I don't. And then I figure, well, you can always pull it up on the WWE Network. If I ever wanted to bad enough, I could break down and pay $9 a month for it, which I guess now is even cheaper or something. But when I hear everything they're taking out, I'm like, well, why would I even bother? I might get it for there's like a special, I think, right now, if you sign up for like $250 for the first several months, whatever that may be. And I might do it just for Mania and then just cancel it again. But I haven't missed it. That's kind of the point I was going to get to. I've found a bunch of decent wrestling on YouTube, past, present, what have you. And then I've got one of those smart TVs now in my trailer for when I stay at work. And it's got a bunch of stuff on there. There's a wrestling TV channel, which has some really old stuff all the way back to the 50s. What other one? I got a fight. I didn't pay for it though, so it's really worthless, but I added the Impact channel. Not real impressed with that. There's no way I'd ever pay for it. Well, Impact has so little quality over the history that what would I watch? Yeah, Matthew, you're right, and I'm going to keep the DVDs now because suddenly I can, if I want to watch WrestleMania 6, I have to use a DVD. Yeah, so Trevor lost this week. Spoiler alert, by the way. Trevor lost on the most recent episode this past Wednesday. He lost his title, but he had defended it during the COVID stuff on, I want to say it was on Shockwave. Can't remember who it was against, but I remember seeing him actually wear it in and defend it. SWE Fury, that might have been what it was. I just know I saw him defend it on something recently. Yeah, so that's probably the place I found the Impact channel, because I got something up there for Pluto TV too. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's all these different channels. I spent a lot of time on the Walking Dead channel. That's always been my go-to. Not even doing Mania this year. Oh my goodness, prime time. Well, I'll probably skim through it anyway. Some of you might remember me telling you this, but the place that I'm managing now, one of our residents up until very recently, she just moved on, but was ODB. And got to talk to her on several occasions and just shoot the shit and, you know, let her know I'm a big wrestling fan and enjoyed her work. And it was really cool getting to know her a little bit and just meet her and hang out and hear some stories. Anyway, she's going to be over there in Tampa, so if anyone's going to WrestleMania, look for her. She's got her, if you've never seen it, she's got a food truck with a big graphic of her painted on it. And it says ODB's Meet and Greet, and it's MEAT because she has her own, I think it's pulled pork sandwiches or something like that, but never had one, but they smell real good. And she'll be over there. She told me if I make it over to give her a call and that she'll hook me up with some wrestlers I can hang out with or whatever. I just don't see my schedule working out for making it to Tampa this year, but we'll see. Nice to know that. I mean, I can't get a ticket, I don't think, at this point, so I wouldn't be going there for anything other than to hang out. Wait a minute. What was a surprise gift from your mom, Matt? I'm not following that one. Channel Alpha sees a pattern in the national title. Yeah, ODB's been wrestling. She was over in Nashville pretty much for most of the last month and a half now. She did a run in. Well, first off, she did the NWA thing right before COVID hit on their last pay-per-view, and then a couple of events maybe right before and right after it. And then she's been over on Impact. Back to where it all began, kind of. I don't get to see a lot of Impact, but I know she's been there and kind of got herself, I think, in the title picture. Not sure if she's actually won it or not, but I think she's been there. I know she's been there. Can't remember whose aid she came to. She came out as a surprise to save some girl from an ass kicking. Oh, Mania 2007. Now I got you. I've gone live to, well, I was at the first one in Madison Square Garden. And then, I don't remember the numbers anymore, but here in Orlando, anything in Orlando I was at. So I saw Ric Flair's last match with Shawn Michaels. And then the more recent one where the Hardys made their surprise return, which wasn't such a surprise. So I've been to a couple live, and if you're not sitting close, I don't know. I don't get why people go to see wrestling in a football stadium, because if you're not within 25, 35, 40 feet, then it's just not really worth it to me. I mean, you're so far away, you're watching it on screen. Now, why can't I watch it on the screen at home? I don't have to fight traffic to get out. I don't have to pay $20 to park. I don't have to pay $20 for a beer. I guess to say you were there, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, JR Kratos, not familiar with him other than the fact that he was on last week's show and back to the attack. So it's my first time seeing him do anything. For me, the jury's kind of still out there. What's the other dude there? The Boogie Slice, is that the right name? I should like him right away just because he's a former New Yorker like me, and he's got the Mets logo kind of thing going on with his trunks, even though I'm a Yankee fan, but I don't know. Jury's still out on him. Seems kind of plain. I haven't heard him do a promo yet, so if he can't do the promo, it ain't going to work. The Good Brothers Young Bucks, honestly, I saw a very small clip of that again, I just don't really, it's hard for me to sit through AEW. It just is. And that was actually Impact, wasn't it? I think that was on Impact. I was watching highlights of something on YouTube. Yeah, AEW is working with Impact right now, and NWA, give Billy Corrigan credit. He's really sticking to the roots of the NWA, and he's pretty much working with everybody. I mean, he's smart to do it, and he's probably the guy who really got the whole ball rolling with these cross promotions, because if you're going to compete with WWE in any way, shape, or form, then you have to. None of you alone can stand up to them. But if you do have these cross promotions, you triple and quadruple your rosters, and you can really put some dream matches together that you wouldn't see otherwise. So I think it's a smart move. I hope they stick with it. As we come out of the COVID stuff and people start going to live events again, which is sorely needed for all these wrestling shows, I think at the end of the day, it's going to make a better product, because for them to have done what they've done for the last year with no crowd, and this is a thing, it's a form of art that requires feedback. That's how you know if it's working or not. And if you have dead silence, then I don't know how they even did what they did. I just don't know. Even when they put in their own people and planted them as if they were audience members, you knew they weren't. And they were basically acting on script by, cheering at the right time and chanting the right thing. But if you're the in-ring performer, you know they're just basically running off of script. It's not something you're actually drawing out of a live crowd that you can feed off of. So I think the fact that they've had to do that for as long as they have and have done it as long as they have, I think that given a live crowd now should make a huge difference. It's going to be interesting. Oh, God. Kenny Omega, I'm just so not impressed with him at all for all the hype. And I hadn't seen him much when he was overseas. I knew about him. Saw a couple of matches with him in Kenta, I think. And I didn't quite get it. I was like, yeah, he's all right. He's not great. He's not terrible. He's okay. And his promos, to me, are horrible. I just don't think he's at all good with a mic. You want to talk about somebody who's overrated? In my book, that's got to be the most overrated guy. To give him a world title, who am I to say? Yeah, Corey, I agree. It is just like the old territory days. They shared talent, makes everybody better, brings more money in at the door. And Aldis already has defended his title in ROH, I'm pretty sure. I want to see them get a deal going with the MLW. I think that is really a potential strong deal there, because MLW has some of the best factions, hands down. So they could easily send Contra to kick the shit out of a bunch of the NWA guys and have a great feud that way. Or they could even send Injustice over, same thing, just have them come out of the stands or something like that and whoop down on 2 or 3 NWA big names. I think MLW and NWA would have by far some of the best cross-promotion stuff if they do that. $894 days and counting. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just me at first with Kenny Omega. I was like, okay, what am I not getting? Because this guy is supposed to be like the greatest thing in the world in Japan. And I'm watching it. I mean, even the geeks in AEW, in the audiences there and stuff over the past have marked out for him all the time. And I'm watching him like, I don't get it. Why? He's okay. I'm not saying he sucks, but I wouldn't put a belt on him. And again, his mic skills just... I mean, who in the AEW, aside from Chris Jericho, is any good with a microphone? Jake Roberts. There you go. Jake Roberts, who can't wrestle, and Chris Jericho. I'm trying to think if anyone else can do anything with a microphone. I guess some people think Matt Hardy can. I never thought so, but I don't think Cody's particularly good on a mic at all. Never did and still don't. Yeah, I can't. I'm racking my brain right now trying to think of anybody who does anything halfway decent with a microphone over there. Yeah, the SWE, I'm not super familiar with them. I've seen a little bit here and there on YouTube, but I definitely have heard a pretty decent buzz from old school fans anyway. So the people that kind of like that stuff. Reality of Wrestling. I have not seen that one, I don't think. Speaking of wrestling and reality of wrestling and things like that, let's see the video game circuit. Still waiting on Retromania for the PS4. That's like weeks overdue now. That was supposed to definitely be out by now. I don't even know if they've tried updating it again. And it's all well and good that the developers have come out and apologized that they were too anxious and they promised a date they couldn't deliver. But my goodness, at this point, I'm not sure I want it anymore. I don't even know who the Pinnacle consists of. And that's the other thing about AEW, their names. Inner Circle's a good name. That's a good name. But Pinnacle, the only name I like less than Pinnacle right now is Strictly Business. I think that is the worst friggin' name ever. And Aldis tries to get it over, but man, no, it's terrible. Primetime, that's interesting, but I don't see that. I've always seen MJF as the new modern-day Rowdy Roddy Piper. And I would love to see the belt, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get the belt. He is there. All right, by the way, I was mentioning AEW, anybody with a microphone? Duh, MJF. That guy is gold with a microphone. And he's solid in the ring, so for my money, he's probably their best talent overall. I can't think of anyone that's better than him that they've got on their roster. Yeah, I can see a little bit of Miz in there, but I'm still going all out Roddy Piper. That's who he reminded me from almost right from the beginning. Still haven't heard any official news on 2K22. Retromania is the big one, though. And then Wrestling Code, if you haven't seen it, they've got short video out there. It's not in-ring competition or anything like that, but it's Enzo cutting a promo. So you can get a little bit of a look at what the graphics are going to look like and facial expressions and how they synced everything up with the dialogue and things of that nature. So, yeah, it looks like it's got potential. I'm sure I'll probably end up getting it just because, again, I believe in supporting the smaller companies that are trying to bring us some kind of products, because God knows WWE has just really crapped the bed on a lot of this stuff lately. Not even lately, for the last couple of years. Oh, I disagree, Corey, man. I think he is definitely legit. I'm not saying he's ever going to eclipse Piper's accomplishments. That doesn't mean he won't. But, yeah, he reminds me so much of a 1982 Roddy Piper. Marco Stunt, talk about a joke. I mean, if you want to have midget wrestling, then have midget wrestling. Talk about something that's gone away. Yeah, Ricky Starks is good in ring, but he's terrible on a microphone. He's also young, though. He can grow into that, but right now he's not very good with one. It's an interesting time indeed to be a wrestling fan because talking about feast or famine is not just for Impact Wrestling. Yeah, Lucha Brothers are pretty good. They're solid. You know, when I look at Marco Stunt, it reminds me, I've been watching The Dark Side of the Ring, the recap on the Von Erichs, the last Von Erich, and reminds me of Chris Von Erich. You know, somebody who just does not belong in the ring. You're not built to be a wrestler. And yeah, some small guys have made it. Obviously, Rey Mysterio being the obvious choice. He's a freak of nature, though. He's one of those rare ones that was able to do something with that size. He also had a cool look to him. He had the Lucha Libre, the mask, and all that kind of stuff. Marco Stunt is just some guy that should be working in a bowling alley and somehow gets thrown around the ring. I haven't seen a lot of the Jurassic Express, but I'm a fan of Luke Perry, so I kind of like his son wrestling. I think that's cool. Yeah, Brian Pillman Jr., my God, every time I turn on the channel, he's jobbing to somebody. And I'm like, what? I'm not expecting the guy to, go on a 20-match win streak or anything, but my goodness, I forget who they had him lose to on MLW a week or two ago, and I was just like shaking my head going, really? I've been a little surprised about that myself. Also surprised he hasn't made it to the main roster. Speaking of main rosters of the WWE, goodness gracious, what I heard. Well, I guess he's on NXT, but I mean, if you got to go to WWE, I'm at least glad it's NXT. But LA Knight. I was crushed. Actually, ODB told me about that. I didn't know. Because, again, I haven't watched the product in forever. And, we were talking about the NWA part and how I love that roster. And I thought Eli Drake is legit. And she's like, yeah, he just signed with WWE. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, he's on NXT. And I'm like, oh, my God, no, they're going to ruin him. After what they did with EC3, not once, but twice. Orange Cassidy, I don't even know how I feel about that guy. I mean, there's parts of that routine that can be mildly entertaining, but it's also a pretty big slap in the face of wrestling, which, look, at this point in time, I think we all know cat's out of the bag. It's predetermined outcomes, all well and good. You're not actually fighting, we know, but it's like he's mocking it when he's got his hands in his pockets and he's doing those little tap kicks. I just can't. Like, one time it was kind of amusing and funny. And then when you get to the point where the other guy actually sells, it's like, come on, man. Well, Corey, I have not seen, other than a clip, there was a thing on YouTube about him making his debut. And there was Stu Barrett over there doing the interview, and he comes out there and he's kind of selling for him, and then he turned around, basically told him he had a good line. It's something about I'll drag you out of retirement and then rock you back. Yeah, Sean, ODB has been great, and yeah, she just pulled out like a few days ago. I was heartbroken. I'd have a bad day, start running around the property a little bit. I'd run into her and we'd just have a little chat, and felt much better after that. Super cool. Very nice. I did not hear Jay Briscoe's promo on EC3. John Morrison is on NXT now. That's actually good for him. Yeah, I tell you what, it was really, really nice having her around there and just shooting the shit. Told her a couple of my backstage run-ins with guys like Scott and Rick Steiner, and wasn't very good. They lied about us, tried to get us in trouble, get us kicked out of the backstage. See, anytime you're like hanging out with like a wrestler and talking about the business, you gotta be careful what you say, because you don't know who they're friends with. You don't want to insult them. I was just banking on the fact that everybody hates Scott Steiner, so it should be safe. I cannot imagine the Briscoes in the WWE at all. That just, never say never, but I would be shocked to see that. So is EC3 in the ROH now? Because, again, I haven't been following. Yeah, Morrison's on Retromania. He signed that long before he was in the WWE again. If we're talking about ODB in the WWE, that would never happen. I mean, I'm sure she wouldn't say no to the paycheck. I'm just saying it wouldn't be ODB. I mean, I don't really know what they would try and do with that character. So EC3 is in ROH then? I probably should check them out a little bit more. I don't know why I don't. Yeah, I mean, the Briscoes, I cannot imagine them being in the WWE. I don't see where they fit in, and they're past their prime at this point. I don't know why the WWE would entertain them. They're probably in their 40s by now, if I'm not mistaken. They're good in the Ring of Honor, man. They've been there forever. They're an institution. Got a huge fan following. Why would you mess with that? Money. That's the reason. If they're going to give it to you. All right, boys and girls. I can tell by the clock on the wall it is time for me to go, because I got to get some other stuff done here. And then we will come back and do this again tomorrow. I'm not sure the exact time yet, but make sure you click that bell icon so you'll get an alert when we go live. Some more NWA. We will be back on the attack. TV title was just won by the question mark. Gotta wonder how that is going to affect Aaron Stevens moving forward. EC3 is an ROH. Yeah, Lance Archer's another one I just can't get behind at all. The Murder Hawk or whatever the hell it is. All right, boys and girls, I want you all to take it easy, be safe, and hopefully we can do this again tomorrow when we are back in the attack. Until then, have a great night, and I'll see you ringside. So long, everybody.